On this Beacon Rewind, we ask the question, what happens when you make Lethal Weapon with half the budget and a quarter of the star power? You get Lambda and Lando in number one with a bullet. This 1987 buddy cop misfire from the iconic Cannon Studios stars Robert Carradine as Nick Burzak, a reckless, possibly unstable cop who doesn't play by the rules, but gets results, damn it! Actually, he doesn't get results. He's been on the tail of a drug smuggling crime boss named DaCosta for 4 years with nothing to show for it, but a bad reputation, an unhealthy obsession with his ex-wife, and raging mother issues. And Billy D. Williams is also in this movie for some reason. Billy D. plays Burzak's partner, Frank Hazeltine, a suave, sophisticated man of elevated taste. He plays the jazz trumpet and his ladies in every city. Oh yeah. Bringing even more star power to the proceedings are Valerie Bertinelli as Burzak's ex-wife Teresa, who he is kind of stalking, and Peter Graves as the no-nonsense police captain. I mean, come on, just turn in your badge and gun right now. It's Peter freaking Graves. Let's dig into this cinematic gem, why don't we? The very first time we see Burzak, he's straight up killing the mojo for Hazeltine.
Don't be shy, man. Did you tell her about the 9-year-old kid you blew away last week? It's all a mistake, actually. I mean, the kid had a water pistol, and it looked real.
Our protagonist, ladies and gentlemen. The very next time we see Burzak, he's going to his ex-wife's house to try to win her back with seductive dialogue like this.
You dumped my walleye. That was the largest walleye caught in Bay Lake, Minnesota. That was a record.
Then why didn't you take it to your place?
Because I'm not settled in yet.
Oh, Jesus, Nick, it's only been 2 years.
Hey, well, I'm slow to adjust to psychological upheaval.
When that predictably fails, Burzy goes back to his car, where he spots a potential date going to Teresa's house. Like the gentleman he is, Burzak scares off the suitor by insinuating that his ex-wife has STDs.
You going to see Teresa Burzak?
Yeah, I am. You're not her husband, are you?
No. I'm her physician. You're not one of her contacts, are you?
I'm afraid I don't understand what...
Oh, don't worry, man. I think we caught it in the early stages.
So our protagonist is an unlikable jerk with an inexplicably attractive ex-wife. Who wrote this movie? Oh, that explains a lot. Yup, Jim Belushi, the man who would one day play an unlikable jerk with an inexplicably attractive wife, was originally supposed to play Burzak but had to back out, but not before contributing enough stellar material to earn a writing credit on the film. Back to the movie, Burzak and Hazeltine, or Burzaltine as we real fans call them, go undercover at a church fair. And by undercover, I mean Burzak is in drag, because for some reason, seeing a man in a dress was comedy gold in the 1980s. Burzak and Hazeltine discover that the bad guys are smuggling drugs and trading money inside of fake baseballs at one of the carnival booths, which seems overly complicated. Burzak chases one of the bad guys into the bingo hall. And I know things were crazy in the 80s, but no one notices a 6-foot man in a dress with a shotgun and a revolver? This leads to a hostage standoff where Burzak tells the bad guy, who is also in drag in order to fail at being incognito, to go ahead and shoot the priest. Then Burzak says he'll kill the priest, then the bad guy. Then the bad guy will kill Burzak. Then Burzak says they should kill some more people. We'll all be dead! So Burzak de-escalated the situation by escalating it? He's such a loose cannon. After our heroes get chewed out by the chief, a deflated Burzak heads home to his dingy apartment, complete with a horse saddle and motorcycle? Now you'd think that such random yet awesome belongings would play a part in the movie, but no such luck. Unlike Chekhov's gun, Burzak's motorcycle does not go off in the third act. Instead, we get to see Burzak eat a raw steak while listening to messages from his annoying mother. We've all been there, right? The case then takes our heroes to Delmar, where, of course, Burzak's mom lives. We're then subjected to a boring, painful scene of Doris Roberts basically doing her character from Everybody Loves Raymond, almost a decade before that awful show premiered. The interactions between Burzak and his mother are so awkward and odd. I'll just let this scene play and keep count of the times the tone of their conversation abruptly changes.
Frank sends his love.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I bet he saves your life.
Not that often.
It's a banana cake. Yeah, I made it fresh today.
Huh.
How's Teresa?
Better off without me.
Well, it's your own fault, babe. You should have married DaCosta. You spend more time at his house than you do in your own. I mean, it's the truth. I don't blame her.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
You should have gone to law school like your brother.
Hey, lawyers.
Nicholas Burzak!
I like being a cop, all right?
So did your father.
It happens, all right?
I just don't want it to happen to you.
No sweat, Mom.
Oh, yeah, great. Jokes now, right?
Yeah. Look, I don't need this.
No,
That's all right.
Nicholas,
No,
no,
it's
come
cool.
on,
No
no,
problem.
okay,
I'll
okay.
just take
no,
off.
No, we won't fight, I promise.
What do you think we just been doing?
We won't fight anymore, I promise. Okay? Stay for dinner. I'll make you your favorite.
Sloppy Joes?
And fries?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Me, right?
Hey, I don't you. Come on, we'll go peel the potatoes.
God, Mom, I love you.
I love you, baby.
So let's recap Burzak's character development so far. He cockblocks Hazeltine, gets day drunk outside of his ex-wife's house, and has an awkward, weird, awful relationship with his mother. Next, Hazeltine and Burzak are tasked with transporting a key witness in the drug case back to LA, only to have their plane shot down by a helicopter. Now, I'm no aviation expert, but aren't planes generally faster than helicopters? Well, we don't get to see Burzak ride his motorcycle in this movie. I guess this is the next best thing, as he pulls a Sully Sullenberger by grabbing the controls and landing the bullet-riddled plane. Hazeltine starts shooting at the helicopter. He shoots and takes out one of its engines. What a badass. Unfortunately, the witness gets blammoed by a random farmer and won't even snitch as he's dying. Back at the station, the captain puts the guys on every cop's worst nightmare. Desk duty! But does that stop Berserk? Oh no. Next we meet easily the best character in the movie. Casey, a good-natured, low-level criminal/informant. Berzeltine coerced Casey into helping them by threatening his illicit livelihood.
We want a line on the dudes that popped Charles Boudreaux.
Hey, look, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. That was downstate.
And we figured the guns were local.
Yeah, unless you want to produce receipts and all that, including the Rolex. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay, man, I'll look around and see what I can do, all right?
Casey's information leads our heroes to a mud wrestling bar in the heart of dirty 1980s LA.
Nice ambiance. Of course, once the yuppies discover this place is going to be swamped.
I bet that place is a Starbucks or a yoga studio now. Sad. Inside the bar, Burzak yet again escalates the situation for no good reason, other than he's a loose cannon. He pursues a witness into the bathroom, where he proceeds to shoot the toilet tank, raining poop down on the guy. Now, I'm not a plumbing expert, but I'm pretty sure that's not how toilets work. In fact, that's literally the opposite of how toilets work. They take the witness to a conveniently located construction site and hang him upside down. Breaks down and tells them the name of the hitman who killed their witness. I don't think it's from being hung upside down. I think it's because of the awful banter between Burzak and Hazeltine.
I'm gonna throw up!
Well, technically, you'll be throwing down, Bobby.
Oh, God, please, oh, God.
God's got an alibi. Try somebody else, Chief.
Hey, Nick, you think maybe the boots are a little too tight?
Yeah.
Pogue! Terry Pogue!
They work. They work.
I told you!
While our heroes take off to investigate this new lead, DaCosta's hitman shows up and drops the witness from the building. But then when the cops return, the hitman is still coming down the building. How long were they gone? They chase the hitman, who gets hit by a conveniently placed car and taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, DaCosta proves that he's the coolest cinematic criminal of the 80s by having a lackey hand him the phone with a pool skimmer. It's just so passive-aggressive and awesome. I love it. Hazeltine blows off some steam by playing cool jazz for his latest lady, only to be cockblocked again by Burzak.
Yeah, did he discuss his sexual preferences with you?
What?
I'm no screenwriting expert, but is it a good idea to have the audience actively hate your protagonist? Back at the hospital, a second hitman uses one of those awesome circular glass cutting thingies to shoot the first hitman before he gets shot by Hazeltine and falls to his death. Our heroes bring yet another criminal informant to an abandoned church and withhold his drugs to get him to talk. I'm not sure if it's withdrawal or Burzak's awful singing.
You are the one who can make us all laugh. But doing that makes us break out in tears.
Oh, God, stop it!
But eventually spills the beans. The drugs are coming into a warehouse on the docks. But more importantly, there's a mole on the police force. Later, Hazeltine enjoys some nice calming Tai Chi. But then his mindful mood is interrupted when the bad guys start chasing him in a semi-truck, accompanied by some smooth, sexy jazz on the soundtrack. It's glorious. Have a listen.
How do you like that?
The chase leads to a construction site because 1987. Hazeltine dodges death and then crushes the bad guys with an excavator. It's so awesome and over the top, easily the best scene in the movie. Checking in with Burzak's bizarre love life, it looks like one fancy dinner at the Reef has things back on for him and his ex. Tracy goes to open the car door and... Wait, what was the point of setting the bomb to go off before the person even gets in the car? It clearly didn't work. Oh. After visiting Teresa in the hospital, our heroes head to the docks to track down the drug deal. Burzak spots a limo at the docks, which in the 80s is practically a billboard saying, "Hey, look over here! The bad guys are inside!" Our heroes then chase the bad guys, who are in a limo, which is in a semi-truck. It's kind of like an 80s villain turducken. Of course, no 80s action movie is complete without a briefcase full of money. And I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I found it hilarious when the bad guys spilled drugs all over the inside of the limo. Out on an oddly traffic-free LA freeway, Hazeltine's doing 70 miles an hour and still manages to shoot one of the henchmen right in the dome. What a badass. In the midst of this thrilling chase, Burzak hits us with his iconic catchphrase, one that resonated with audiences then and is still beloved to this day.
Checks in the mail.
Oh man, that line was all over t-shirts, posters, and lunchboxes in 1987. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing somebody say, "The check's in the mail," with the enthusiasm of a bored customer service rep. The chase finally ends and Burzak drives the truck back to the police station. But DaCosta is not in the truck. How? When could he have escaped? We know that there's a mole in the police force, but they were on the highway the whole time, and there wasn't like a switcheroo where DaCosta could have gotten into a different truck. We just saw him in the truck with the other guys, who pile out at the station. I guess it's another one of cinema's great mysteries. From there, Burzak sneaks into DaCosta's house. He creepily watches DaCosta sleep, and then wakes up his arch-nemesis by jumping on the bed and pointing a gun in his face. I'm no criminal justice expert, but I think even District Attorney Harvey Dent would have a hard time making this case stick after all the felonies that Burzy has committed. Heck, DaCosta can just stop dealing drugs and live off the settlement he'll get from the taxpayers. Next, we head to the police precinct where wacky hijinks ensue. Burzaltine need their informant Casey to crack open the evidence safe at the police station so they can grab the briefcase full of cash from the drug deal, so they can set up a fake drug deal to bust DaCosta, finally. I think. To distract the officer at the front desk, they enlist the most annoying person in the movie, Burzak's mom, to pester that officer with a bunch of annoying requests. While that's happening, Burzak tells Casey to scream every now and then, so it sounds like they're interrogating him. Talk about jokes that did not age well. Stolen evidence money in hand, our heroes have, enlisted another suspect to help set up DaCosta for the bust. At this point, Burzak and Hazeltine have broken so many laws and violated so many civil rights that they might as well go full Punisher and just start shooting criminals on the street. I just want to point out once again how cool DaCosta is. The man's working out in the middle of the night while his girlfriend, Moll, whatever, sits next to him in lingerie reading a magazine. This man is living the 80s villain dream. Finally, we head clumsily toward the climax of this movie. Somehow, all the relevant parties have been summoned to the abandoned church yet again to make the drugs for money, exchange, bust, something. It's not very clear. Wait, but, oh no, what? Peter Graves was the mole? But wait, double twist! The real mole was the affable Kaminsky the whole time.
How could you let this happen, Kaminsky?
You shut up, Harry.
Kaminsky?
I'm sorry, Nick.
What about us, Larry?
You took it to die heroic deaths. Shooting it out with a big-time drug smuggler and Ferris, the dirty cop.
They never explain his motives in the movie, nor do they explain why Peter Graves was even at the church, since he wasn't actually the mole. So why was the chief there unless somebody called him there to help make the bust or something? Who knows? It's not... yeah. Well, DaCosta takes off and the chase is on, accompanied by a toe-tapping jazz score that is completely out of place. For such an otherwise cool guy, DaCosta sure runs like a weirdo. I mean, just look at this form. Legs flailing, arms whirling like windmills. It's no wonder Burzak catches him after maybe 10 seconds. And yes, that's the big action scene at the end of the movie. A 10-second foot chase. That's it. I guess they blew their budget on the truck chases and DaCosta's fancy house, so this is what we get. After that anticlimactic 5-yard dash, Burzak decides to finally go full war criminal and throw DaCosta out a window. But this time it's Hazeltine blocking Burzak's fun.
No.
Showing the man the view.
Back at the station, we learn that Burzak is leaving the force to become a private investigator. Probably because he's done following the rules, man. Not that he ever did, man. I have to point out that there's a fruit truck right outside of the police station, and I cannot believe they didn't drive through it at any point in the movie. Maybe the crew was actually just setting it up for the next Cannon movie. As this movie sputters to an end, we hear more messages from Burzak's mother.
Nicholas, it's me again. I'm sorry I got angry. But when a son can't talk to his own mother, I don't know what to... Nicholas.
So that's our movie. I give Number One with a Bullet 1 out of 5 Colt 45s. It's kind of dull, aside from a few action scenes, and it's not really bonkers or bad enough to be fun. Also, I just think Robert Carradine was the wrong choice for this movie. There's not much chemistry between him and Billy Dee, and I don't think he pulls off the slightly deranged cop role believably. There's no edge there, there's no crazy behind the eyes. He's too affable and goofy. Billy Dee, on the other hand, is actually kind of enjoyable. I mean, he's Billy Dee. I kind of feel bad for the guy watching this movie, because he's giving it his all, but there's just not that much to work with. Now, the comparison to the far superior Lethal Weapon from the same year is unavoidable. It's also a buddy cop comedy with an unstable white cop and a more straight-laced black cop. But the funny thing is that Number One with the Bullet actually came out a week before Lethal Weapon. My guess is that someone at Cannon heard about the forthcoming Lethal Weapon movie, went home, did a bunch of cocaine, and wrote this movie in a weekend. Now the Be Kind, Rewind, real star of the movie, Michael T. Williamson, who played Casey, everybody's favorite informant. I think Michael T. truly understood the assignment. His character was the comic relief, and he was able to deliver a performance that was funny and borderline ridiculous, but not over the top. Fun fact, Michael T. also played Bubba in Forrest Gump, indirectly launching everybody's favorite tourist trap chain restaurant. He also appeared on a few episodes of the Lethal Weapon TV show, so it all comes full circle, or something. Well, I'm JR, reminding you to always be kind, and always rewind.
On the homicide hit parade, you are number one with a bullet, Jack!